Lakers game. It's time for the Lakers Postgame Show tonight.
This is the Lakers Postgame Show on 710 ESPN. Call now to be part of the Lakers Postgame Show and react on the game.
It's time for the Lakers Postgame Show tonight as we recap Game 18 of the season from Philadelphia. Lakers-Sixers is a final.
Lakers basketball is a final.
877-710 ESPN.
This is the Lakers Postgame Show.
Tipping off now.
Here's Beto Duran.
877-710 ESPN. 877-710-3776. You're driving around. We're back at work after the holiday of Thanksgiving. First day back, right? I mean, we all kind of have that lazy feel when you're back to work after a holiday, right? When you're not exactly into it, when you're more catching up with everybody. Hey, how was your Thanksgiving? Hey, who's there? Hey, what's going on? What's going on? And then you realize it's 1 o'clock and you haven't been productive and you're not really into it. Yeah, that's okay because you're not really getting paid millions. But dang, you're going to be on the road in Philadelphia. Yeah, they're a good team, and you just get your butt kicked. That's what happened. The Lakers did not show up tonight. They were nowhere to be found. Effort was minimal, and that's not acceptable. This is happening too often now where you're getting blown out. And then you have games where you come back and you look good. You're like, oh, okay, here we go. All right. Where is this consistency at? Look, if you're going to lose, at least lose fighting, right? And the Lakers have become the kings of that fake comeback, right? Where they get you close enough, yet they're going to lose. Tonight, wow, did they just get worked. Now, I've been to Philadelphia a lot. You guys know me. I work in boxing a lot. By the way, Beto Duran, thanks for joining us here. Whether you're on the ESPN LA YouTube page or you're in the communities, wherever you may be. And happy Thanksgiving. Happy holidays coming up. I'm not going to be all bitter and yelling at you the entire time, but I just got to get it off. Watching here in the studio, like, dude, what? Like, okay, I get it. You know, it's weird when you're in LA and you're driving around, there's a Laker game at 4 o'clock. That's us. It's 7 o'clock on the East Coast. You've been there. You were in Cleveland on Saturday night. You had all this LeBron stuff going on with his team and all that other stuff. You went to Akron, all that. Show up tonight. Joel Embiid, stud. We know that. Tyrese Maxey, stud. We know that. We know that they're going to play well, especially in Philadelphia. And sometimes you just got to say, you know what? Yeah, we got our butts kicked. It happens. But I said that 2 weeks ago. Yeah, you got your butt kicked. It happens. All right, get it out of the way. It can't become a theme. It can't become one night you are absolutely disappearing, and then the next game, you show up and you look good. Detroit won the night. That's where they play next. Okay, you're probably going to show up on Wednesday and look good. That's a concern. Because the games where you're just not there. Like, 3-point shooting has been bad. It's going to continue to be bad. You know, you have to just get there. Put up the effort. And what was the theme again? Lakers were down early, and they never came back. End of the first quarter, they were down 13. Okay. Seen this before, right? You dig yourself into a hole early on, and you're not going to fight back. Lakers were down at the half by 15. They were down at the end of the third by 18. And then with 8 minutes to go, Darvin Ham said, that's it. That's enough. We are getting cooked. Take everybody out. Hey, Jalen Hood-Schifino, welcome to the NBA. Run the court out there. Hey, by the way, nice debut for Jalen. 11 minutes for him. Coming off injury. Good for him. Good to see. But, wow. This is a game where if you are a Laker fan that watched to the end, I don't know what's wrong with you. You are a hardcore, or you just did not want to watch the Monday Night Football game, which, by the way, sucks also. 3-3, Bears and Vikings 3-3. Oh, my goodness. Okay, then you probably did watch the Laker game because the football is terrible. Like, you can hear it in my voice. Like, this is just frustrating because you're sitting here and you're looking at this and you're anticipating a good battle. Philadelphia is a good team. They're 12-5 on the season now. Joel Embiid, good. Maxey, good. Go back and forth. But man, you have to give credit to them. You do have to give them credit. They showed up. The Lakers did not. That's the difference. And if you're going to look at the numbers, and if you play fantasy basketball, okay, cool. LeBron get you the minutes, get you the points. Prince, LeBron, Anthony Davis, D'Lo, they're in double figures. Whatever. Who cares about the points tonight? What matters is the 138-94. 138-94. It wasn't the biggest loss in Lakers franchise history. That would be 49 points. It happened in 2017. But that team was nowhere near as talented as this. Philly is in a zone right now. Jalen Hurts was at the game. Maybe he brought him the juice. No, he didn't bring them the juice. You know what brought him? Because they were on fire right away. Pat Beverly knocking shots down. Morris Sr. knocking shots down. They did whatever they wanted. Why did they do whatever they wanted? Because the Lakers let them. Lakers were just going through the motions. And that's not going to cut it. 877-710-ESPN. 877-710-3776. I'm your host, Beto Duran. We'll be here for a while if you want to call us. Or if you don't, I don't care. No, I do care. I do care. We want you to call. Because I want to talk to you, Laker fans. I'm not worried about the team, but I'm annoyed and frustrated with the team. That's what's getting me. Let's bring in the crew like we always do. The man who's doing everything tonight. He's producing, he's pushing the buttons, he's printing out papers, he's getting me coffee. The one and only, the nicest man in the world today, Michael Funches. How you feeling, Funch?
How did I get in this position today?
You're doing it all, Funch.
Yeah.
It's just me and you tonight.
Yeah, and I guess we, took an L like the Lakers today, so,
Yeah, no, Funch. We showed up. Okay,
we showed.
Well, I didn't, but you showed up tonight, baby. You were good. You were solid tonight, Funch.
Thank you very much. I'm not as good as the Philadelphia 76ers tonight, but,
Okay.
put in my work.
But we got 45 more minutes to go, so
of course.
Don't slack, okay?
Of course.
Don't slack
Gotcha,
off.
man.
All right, good. Who we got working with social media with us tonight? I can't see back there. Is that DeAndre?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
What's up, DeAndre?
What's going on?
Introduce yourself. Let the people know who you are.
Oh, I'm DeAndre, part of the social media crew. Got Josh back here with me as well.
Josh, okay. Well, first name, last name, what do we got?
Josh Martinez.
There
man.
we go.
Come on.
Sell your... Hey, not everybody's listening. All right, sell yourself. So Josh Martinez, DeAndre Hawkins tonight, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, how'd you guys feel?
By the third quarter, we were just like, come on, really? It's going to be one of those type of days, and it was one of those type of days.
And they run the ESPN LA social media account, especially on Twitter. I've been off of Twitter lately just because it's been bugging me, the way that the algorithms are going and, how you have to click on most recent instead of the trending and all that. So I haven't really been touching it. So I looked at it during the game. Holy smokes. Good thing I didn't do that. I kind of felt good detoxing from the Lakers. So we'll get those guys involved, and you guys are involved with the show tonight. So Josh, DeAndre, Michael Funches, we're here for you. Lakers lose. All right, let me rephrase that. Lakers get their butt kicked. I'm really going to say the score, huh? 138-94. And listen, Lakers postgame show on ESPN LA.
Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app and bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the fifth row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free!
Show
Highlights from tonight's Lakers game and your reaction on the Lakers line.
on 710 ESPN. Call now to be part of the Lakers postgame show and react on the game.
877-710 ESPN.
Hi, this is Anthony Davis of your Los Angeles Lakers.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
It's time for Lakers postgame.
Here's Beto Duran.
Player of the game. This man right here for me.
Here is Tyrese Maxey penetrating. Top of the key, Beverly. Back to Maxey for three. Good again. That is the story of the game tonight. The Sixers are shooting 51% from three. They have 18 three-pointers, and the Lakers have 6.
They would finish with 22 three-pointers, John Ireland, a 1-3 shy of the team record, which is 23. So they can set history another night. 22 three-pointers from Philadelphia. Lakers shot 7. And Tyrese Maxey, the man out of Kentucky, 31 points, 8 assists, 3 rebounds, had a steal, just looked fantastic in 36 minutes of action. He's tonight's player of the game, driven by your Southern California Toyota dealers. We make it easy. Like, we go to commercial, right? Like, in my first segment, I'm just like venting, getting it out. And then I start looking at some of the numbers. And yes, you have to give Philadelphia credit. You really do. They played really well, Funch. Like, Philadelphia was in a zone. They were doing whatever they wanted. But it wasn't like it was a game that was out of control right away. I mean, the Lakers fell into, a spot. But it wasn't like they were done, right? They were kind of fighting. But, Funch, what got me is that they were getting pushed around and not exactly pushing anybody back. That's what got me.
We were talking during the game, like, they didn't look like they did not show up. They showed up, but they got, they got matched up by a better team.
I don't know, man. Let's get these phones, man. Let's get to these phones pretty soon. We'll get to the phones right now. I want to hear what some of the players are saying because, the players, I guess on the court looked one way. It's going to be interesting to see how their reactions are in the locker room. Because you can hear something in their tone. But sometimes you get your butt kicked and you're just like, all right, we'll wash it off. Come back tomorrow, give you that cliche talk. LeBron James was on Spectrum Sportsnet after the game. Let's play the entire LeBron James interview, which is a little bit over 2 minutes.
LeBron, you guys got off to an initially good start. AD gets to the free throw line and beats second foul, and then Philly went on kind of an extended run that didn't seem to stop. Was there anything in particular you noticed about how things got to that point until they eventually got out of hand?
Three-point line. We got killed on the three-point line today.
First half, Beverly and Morris made 6 combined. I think up to this point they had only made 6 so far. You guys weren't getting a lot of looks and or converting them. Do you think it's a systemic thing, or was it just they weren't getting in and you weren't getting out to coverages tonight?
No, we went with our coverages. They made shots. Give them credit.
Different topic, just bigger picture for you. Past Kareem for just the most minutes spent on an NBA court, if you combine regular season and playoffs tonight. Is that just, not that it's going to sink in this second, but just no one's ever actually just set foot on a court as much as you at this point in the NBA history?
That don't mean much to me. No.
I guess while we're speaking about history, you've never played in a game where your team's lost by 44 points before. As you're sitting over there on the bench in the fourth quarter and you're watching it really get out of hand, what's going through your mind about what needs to change for this to not happen again?
What needs to change in order for that not to happen again? A lot.
Is there anything in particular?
Not a lot.
It's not that long ago we were talking in LA and it was like, we don't know what we have with this team thus far, and from there you had a nasal fracture for a player, you had a player miss time with a groin injury on top of the injuries already sustained. How does the team keep its focus without letting the drawbacks or the setbacks culminate in stuff like tonight?
Just gotta play better.
How should a team react to this kind of game? Do you just totally flush it, disregard it, move on, or do you just let it stew and use it as motivation?
I don't know how a team. I can only speak for myself.
How do you?
I don't like it.
You said to Dan's question, you said a lot needs to change. Is there anything specific you feel like needs to change?
I just said a lot. He said what in particular? I said a lot.
Wow. That might be the most upset I've heard LeBron as a Laker. I didn't know what to expect hearing that. I just got told by Rebecca and Funch, our producers here, that LeBron sounded mad. And I didn't see his interview on Spectrum, so I didn't see his face, but just listening to that. So it was Mike Trudell, Dan Wojcicki from the LA Times, and then you heard Dave McMenamin at the end asking the questions. And let me tell you this, a little story time here. When you're in the locker room after a game and you deal with a superstar like a LeBron or like the late, great Kobe or whoever it may be, as a reporter, you know when to poke, you know when to pull back, and you know when to follow up. Those are three of the best reporters out there in Trudell, McMenamin, and Wojcicki. And especially Dave, who knows LeBron really well, having covered him in Cleveland and then come with him here to L.A. And Trudell's been around. Trudell's been around since 2008. I've known Wojcicki since his days of covering USC football and Pete Carroll making fun of his sunglasses. Pros. They followed up, but they knew they weren't going to get anything. You can hear that tone of LeBron of, I'm here, I'm going to answer just enough because I am so upset right now. Now, when I started the show, I'm like, okay, this team's just going to go with it, flush it, get out of here, whatever happens. I didn't expect to hear a LeBron speaking that upset. You even heard Trudell say, okay, LeBron's speaking on something else about the milestone. And he was like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like, LeBron was about whatever with everything. And towards the end, and he wasn't going to be rude to them because he sees them on a daily basis, and he's a professional. He's going to take, you got to take your lumps. He could have easily just said on a night like tonight, hey, I'm not talking. And when you've been around pros like him, if they say I'm not talking, you just let them have their space. There's some athletes that are like, I'm not talking because they're being divas. No, this was like, when Kobe would do the I'm not talking, we're like, okay, it's one of those nights. And that's what LeBron, from what I gather in that tone of his voice, of, it's one of those nights. Like, how do we improve? How do we do anything? Like, it's not like LeBron was going to be rolling his eyes at them. He's not going to go like Bryce Harper and say, that's a clown question, bro. None of that stuff. It's just, man, if I could cuss right now, I would. Like when Wojcicki asked him what needs to change, like a lot. This is the worst loss that LeBron's gone through. Wow. That's going to be very interesting.
Speaking of the worst loss, can I chime in here real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, DeAndre. What you got?
Speaking of the worst loss, this is after tonight's 44-point loss. This is the most by LeBron James led team in the game that LeBron played in, by the way.
Really?
Yes.
One more time, repeat that.
So tonight's 44-point loss is the most by a LeBron James led team that a game LeBron played in.
Wow. And this one also, LeBron, no rebounds for the first time since November of 2010. So interesting to hear that kind of tone from LeBron James. 877-710 ESPN, 877-710-3776 on a night where the Lakers get worked in Philadelphia 138-94. Let's go out to L.A. Shahid, you're on the Lakers postgame show on 710 ESPN. What's up, Shahid? Yo.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Just long-time Lakers fan. It's my second time calling in. The last time I was here, where I got in, was probably a 2021 Kobe Day.
Oh, what's up, man? Thanks for calling.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. Yeah, I know basketball, I grew up in Santa Clarita specifically, but right now I live in Los Angeles. Kenny Smith is my AAU coach for Aim High.
Okay, all right.
So I don't feel like we're playing Lakers basketball. And I know good basketball when I see it. Like, we don't move the ball. We don't run and gun anymore. And it's just depressing to see our team just look like a bunch of old guys. I mean, I was just thinking about a simile or a metaphor. Is just who do you think runs faster up the court, Andrew Bynum or Anthony Davis?
Oh, geez, I didn't expect to hear that tonight.
And it's just, I don't know. It's like the fact that I have to debate that is depressing. You know, like the fact that it's not a runaway when you have two $50 million players on the team. It's just everyone needs to get traded.
Everyone, huh?
Davis
Everyone.
and LeBron.
Everyone.
Everyone needs to be off the team. We're not here for accomplishments. We're not here for lifetime achievement awards. We're here to win championships. Like, if you aren't going to win a championship, get off the team.
Okay, all right. Hold on, Saheed. I like this. So, AD and LeBron stay, and everybody else gets traded?
Everyone else is gone. The rest of the team, they're losers.
The rest of the team are losers.
You can't come to the Lakers.
Come on, Saheed.
Put on some magic dust and become a
Saheed.
winner. Like, you're a loser. You're always going to be a loser.
Oh, my God,
So
Saheed.
you were on before.
Saheed.
We need to head into another direction. Vanderbilt can stay.
We haven't even seen Vanderbilt. We haven't seen Vincent. Rui's got the busted nose. Saheed, I appreciate your phone call. Call me again later on in the season. Hopefully, they don't trade all of them. And that's usually, it's usually trade AD, right? That's usually what we get, guys. Like get rid of AD. Man, Saheed. Now that's an upset Laker fan. If he hasn't called in a couple years and he just said trade everybody, I can get that frustration. Let's sleep on that, Saheed, man, because you got to have at least some players on the team, bro. Like, you had guys coming out there. Yeah, it doesn't look like the Lakers, but they haven't been the Lakers that were expected all season long. You have no cohesiveness. You have no continuity with this team. But, yeah, tonight, let's just give some credit to Philadelphia. They did shoot the lights out. 22 3-pointers on Lakers. Only 7. Points in the paint is driven by your Southern California Toyota dealers. We make it easy. Lakers win the battle, point to the paint, 58-38. Why? Because Philadelphia was making 22 3-pointers. That's right, 22 3-pointers for Philly. They win 138-94. Coming up, more of your calls on Lakers Postgame Show on 710 ESPN.
This is the Lakers Postgame Show on 710 ESPN.
Highlights from tonight's Lakers game and your reaction on the Lakers line.
Call now to be part of the Lakers Postgame Show and react on the game.
Once again, here's Beto Duran.
Lakers lose 138-94. They're now 10-8 on the season. They're 1-1 on the road trip. Next up will be Detroit on Wednesday, then back-to-back in OKC. There was a battle within the battle tonight. It was Austin Reeves and Pat Beverly going back and forth. Now, you know Pat Beverly likes to get under your skin, right? He's the guy, if he's on your team, you love. If you don't have him on your squad, you loathe him. He and Austin Reeves went back and forth. Remember when Austin Reeves did that, like, you're too little? Is that that's what the kids call it, right, Fun? You're too little, too short?
Yeah, too short or whatever.
Too short, right? He had the little sign out there. So you knew Pat Beverly was going to make it personal. Pat Beverly, 12 points, knocking down 4 3-pointers. Here's what Austin Reeves had to say about his battle with Pat Beverly.
You know, Pat's a super competitor, and if you go back to when we played in Chicago last year, when I did the too small, you know, I don't remember if it was after the game, someone asked him about it, and he was just like, it's the game, and, you know, it's the same response, basically. You know, I respect Pat. You know, Pat's a good dude, Pat's funny, and, you know, so he had, you know, all the right in the world to, you know, say whatever he wanted to say, and, you know, it's the game. It's, you know, competitors being competitive.
Yeah, I'll give Austin Reeves credit for that. You know, you get your butt kicked, you got to give credit and move on. Lakers will move on to Detroit on Wednesday. Lakers again. I even said it at the end of my first quarter report. You've heard this before. Lakers are down double digits at the end of the first quarter. The slow starts are hurting them. Playing catch-up most of the game, hurting them. Down 15 at the half, hurting them. Right when you think that they're coming back, they exert a lot of energy, and then the other team's like, okay, you went on your run? Cool. We'll go on our own run. And I think that's what Mark in Manhattan Beach wants to talk about. Mark, you're on the Lakers postgame show on 710 ESPN. What's up, Mark?
Hey, what up, Beto?
What's up, man?
Yeah, man. This is a disturbing trend, man. A team this talented, led by an all-time great LeBron, and even I'm going to get to AD in a second here. This should not continually happen to a veteran-laden team like this. You would think they were OKC or, you know, one of these upstart teams who are coming into zone. The way they start these games is inexcusable, man. They spend their time getting down big, and then they spend their time the second quarter on fighting their way uphill. And if they're at home, more times than not, they're going to pull it out. But if they're on the road, man, forget about it, with very few exceptions. And this has got to change. And I just heard that sound you guys played. LeBron looked visibly pissed off, and you know that means he's gonna rip into these guys, mainly AD, to get their mojo and act together, man. Because this is embarrassing for the Lakers. You shouldn't lose to 44 points to any team. I don't care who they are. You're the damn Lakers. You're not the damn Wizards or the damn Pistons, some trash team. So if this doesn't wake them up, nothing is, because as good as the Lakers are and as talented as they are on paper, I just don't think with the way they play on the road specifically, they're going to be able to get a top 4 seed. Because a great team normally wins probably close to about 30 games at home, and then on the road you want to be around 500. But I don't know, man. This team, you can't pencil them against anybody. I know the win they had against Cleveland a couple of nights ago, that was pretty good. And the one against Phoenix, even though Booker was out, that's still a good win beating Phoenix. But other than that, man, you can't, even a team like Detroit, who's god awful. Would it be surprising if on Wednesday night they start out slow, they try to rally back and make it close and lose? I just don't think with this team and the way they act, they can win a title, because consistency on the road is part of a championship team. And with the way this team plays away from crypto, and even a lot of times a crypto, but, you know, it's a different story. At home, they can pull a lot of these games out. But on the road, it's just pathetic, man. They really better, if this doesn't wake them up going forward, they're going to be another early round exit on the road. So we're going to see Detroit. If you can't beat Detroit, man, on Wednesday night, then I don't know, man. This team just is going to be a good team and probably be for a fodder for Denver or whoever they play in the top seeds in the playoffs, because you got to be able to put these games away. So hopefully LeBron is going to rip into these guys and wake them up starting on Wednesday night, man. That's all I got. And just forget about this one, man. That was just truly pathetic and embarrassing tonight. Thanks for the time, bro.
Mark, hold on. Appreciate your call, Mark. Breathe a little bit. Just hold on right now on the line. That makes some good points about a team needs to be consistent wherever you may be, especially on the road. You want to battle, you're going to have those games. But that game against Cleveland the other night, too close for me. Tonight, if you're going to lose, don't lose by 44. I mean, yeah, Philadelphia was good, but 24, right? But 44? That's just embarrassing. Detroit did lose tonight, 126-107. Oh, man. I hear you, Mark. I hear you. And you know what, Mark? You need a break. And you need a break from every day. Well, fans, it might be your lucky day because tonight, Fantasy Springs Resort Casino is giving away 2-night stay plus dinner, golf, or bowling for two. Make any day your lucky day. Book now at FantasySprings.com. I'll be out there in a couple of weeks, and we're going to fight there. So maybe I need a break too, bro. Darvin Ham. Mark is wondering about the slow starts. What say you, as an old friend would say, on Spectrum Sportsnet?
I mean, teams are going to come out and swing with their hardest punch, especially, when they're playing against the Lakers. But, if it's a miscue, I felt like we let some in-game adversity, whether it was, some calls that didn't go our way, some shots we normally make, got some great looks in that first quarter that didn't go down. We said it before the game, this team puts you in a position where you got to give multiple efforts and you got to have a next play mentality. They have championship aspirations, so do we. But in the short term, your competitive spirit has to be at a high level, and it has to be bulletproof to a certain degree because things are going to happen in an NBA game. It's a game built on runs, and so when the team is pushing, we came out great, and they started making their run. You have to buckle the screws, buckle down, and meet force with force. And I thought at different segments, they out-hustled us and got some offensive rebounds, and they made some shots, and I thought we kind of dropped our heads a little bit. But, we're dealing with a lot of adversity right now with injuries and the like. But to me, I'm not making excuses. We showed during different moments in that game that, we had enough to do what we needed to do. It just wasn't consistent enough.
Wasn't consistent enough. Darvin Ham on Spectrum Sportsnet. Yeah, the consistency is not there. And you don't have your team. We haven't seen Vanderbilt. We haven't seen Vincent. There's no Rui. Now no Cam Reddish. Yeah. I get it. You don't have them. But you haven't had them since the beginning of the season. But what's the excuse for 44 points? Again, you're down 13, you're down 15, down 18. Okay. But the fight back, I guess it's just the big number bunch that's annoying me. That, the more I look at it and the more stats that come out, it's like, damn, you got worked by 44. Mind you, again, at 8-minute mark, LeBron and AD were taken off the court. That's when you just said, hey, we're done. We ain't coming back.
Look, this is a top tier 3 team in the East. So
they're good.
Yeah, they're a good team.
Okay, but are they 44 points better than the Lakers good?
I mean, no, they're not.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're no slouch, okay?
No, they're good. They're good. We expected that. I expected them to lose today coming in. Maybe 11-12. Darvin Ham says no such thing as garbage time. Okay, tell me this.
When you're an NBA player, man, there is no such thing, in my opinion, as garbage minutes. There's no such thing as garbage minutes. It may be times where the game has been decided and, you're not going to be able to, overcome a deficit. But you can go out there and with every possession show and prove that you belong. And that's the thing. It can't be, well, it's over, so I'm going to pack it in. No. You have to go out, especially when you're a young player. Rookie, second-year player, third-year player, for anybody for that matter. It's not a rite of passage to get to play in this league. And but that your appreciation for the opportunity has to start with your energy and your effort and your competitiveness. And so we'll go back. The beautiful thing about our league also is that we get a chance to tee it back up on Wednesday, and we'll look at the film and extract out of it what we can and try to apply it and make sure this doesn't happen on our next game.
Yeah, Darvin Ham on Spectrum Sportsnet. Thank to everybody over at Spectrum Sportsnet about providing all that information for us. Lakers lose 138-94. They're 10-8 on the season, 3-6 away from Crypto.com arena. You know what, Funch? What it gets me, and DeAndre and Josh, what would annoy me, and I think I know what it is now. The more I look at the numbers for Joel Embiid and Maxey, they're two best players, 31 and 30, right? Embiid took 15 shots, Maxey 20. Embiid went to the line 12 times. Maxey 9 times. 36 minutes for Maxey. 31 for Embiid. 31 for Maxey. 30 for Embiid. It's balanced, right? They're both right there. They're balanced. And they're fun. And they're putting up the numbers. They're producing. They're so efficient. They're so good. Am I like being greedy saying I want to see that from LeBron and AD? Am I? I get it. LeBron is the oldest guy in the NBA, right? I get that. And you're asking way too much for a guy in his 31st season. But I guess I'm just jealous that Embiid and Maxey look this good and the Lakers don't.
Beto, I got a golden stat for Tyrese and Joel tonight.
Oh, jeez.
Tyrese
Hold
and
on,
Joel.
let me write this one down, Fudge, because I love when you bring these stats to me.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got?
So Maxey and Embiid together, just the two of them, 19 assists, 7 threes, and 18 free throws. But just by the two of them.
Jeez.
The Lakers starters, by 5 of them, 16 assists, 5 threes, 5 free throws.
I don't want to cuss. Way to bring it down some more, Funch.
You were talking about Joel Embiid and Tyrese, so come on, man.
But they were fun to watch, though. Just from the hoop perspective, watching Embiid and Maxey run around, do what they want to do. From the hoop perspective, fun. From the Lakers host perspective, postgame, oh, man. All right, let's get one more call. Jalen in L.A. Jalen, you're on Lakers postgame show on 710 ESPN. What's up?
I don't think there's anything to say. This is embarrassing.
Simple as that? Simple as that, huh?
It's shameful. It's shameful. It makes being a Laker fan really hard to sit there and watch. It's just pathetic.
All right, hold on. Jalen, I'm gonna let you go. Jalen, hold on. I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah.
I'm writing this down. So far, I've heard embarrassing, and what was the other word?
Pathetic.
Pathetic. Okay, what else you got for me? Yeah. I'm writing these down. Embarrassing, pathetic.
There are other words that you can't use. I mean, this is shameful. It's hard to be a Laker fan. It really is. They're making it hard to be a Laker fan. They really are. And they act like it's nothing. They just, okay, you made a basket, and they're standing there for 5 minutes while the rest of the team's down the other end of the court. Okay. I'm so over this.
Jalen, how long have you been a Laker fan?
Since I was 6 years old, and I'm 64 years old.
Oh, so okay? You know. You know.
Yes, I go back to Happy Harrison, McMillan, Dave DeBusschere, Walt Frazier, Willis Reed, all of them, okay? So I've seen basketball, but this is, okay. There's no words. Like your heavy sigh, I'm listening to you on the radio, and then your heavy sigh explained it all.
When old motherfuckers like this call. I love it, man. They sometimes forget, the Lakers are really, really bad for a lot of years.
More.
Jalen, this is your first time calling. First time I ever talked to you. What provoked you to call tonight?
And when they call you, they're like, I've been a fan for 60 years, so I should know better than you.
No, are you kidding? I have the Laker love
these motherfuckers.
Yes, that's right. So Chick heard you. Yeah. He would have been 107 today.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I was there when he died. I went down to Staples when he died and put flowers and
It was Chick Kern's fucking mistress or something. Shit.
It's hard to watch this. It really is.
All right, so the words tonight from Jalen: embarrassing, pathetic, and shameful. Yeah. Jalen, stay on the line. Michael Funches wants to talk to you because we loved your call tonight. Do not be a stranger. Appreciate your support tonight on Lakers Postgame Show on 710 ESPN. Jalen nails it. Embarrassing, pathetic, shameful. Coming up, our social media segment and a little Mind of Michael. And maybe, you know what? I'm not even going to talk about the game anymore. I'm going to tell boxing stories from Philadelphia. You haven't lived until you've called the fight at the 2300 in Philly, and they tell you, hey, do not go outside. All that and more on the Lakers Postgame Show on 710 ESPN.
Show.
Highlights from tonight's Lakers game and your reaction on the Lakers line.
On 710 ESPN. Call now to be part of the Lakers postgame show and react on the game.
877-710-ESPN.
Hi, this is Anthony Davis of your Los Angeles Lakers.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
It's time for Lakers postgame.
Here's Beto Duran.
Lakers lose 138-94. Just bad. I'm watching the Lakers channel right now, Spectrum Sports Stand. They're showing Kobe back in the day, and I see myself about 30 pounds lighter at a media day. Geeter and Worthy. How's Geeter and Worthy never put on any kind of weight, man? Hate those guys because they have metabolism still. Anyways, I'm in that salty mood. I guess when you deal with Philadelphia, that's what happens. Time now for our Mind of Michael. We didn't have much from Michael, but there was this cool thing where towards the end of the game, Michael even said, Beto Duran on the postgame show, just start talking about boxing. So I work in boxing a lot. And then I'm actually going to be gone this week. And, you know, MT, he and I text back and forth about fights, all that other stuff. And tonight it would have been a fight that would have been called early. There was no reason for it to continue. The referee would have jumped in or the corner would have thrown in the towel. That's the kind of night it was. And that's what the Lakers did. 8 minutes to go, they took out their starters in Philadelphia. But that led to the conversation of living long, living forever, and just being old. The Mind of Michael on the Lakers postgame show.
And fans, Michael, have started to head for the parking lot.
Like Chick Hearn used to say, heads up there. They're coming
You know,
up.
it would have been Chick's birthday today.
107, right?
Yeah, it would have been 107 today.
There are still people in the world who are 107 years of age. Would you like to live to be 107, Ireland, if you could take care of yourself?
No, 90.
90?
I want to
That's
check
it?
out at 90.
Really? Why?
Both my grandparents checked out at 90, and they had great lives. That's where I want to make it to. How about you?
No,
Do you want to go to 107?
I want to live as
Didn't
long.
Didn't one of your parents live well into their 90s?
94, my father. I want to go. I want to hit the. I want to be like George Burns, hit the big 100. Didn't Burns died just before I got to 100, right?
Yeah, 99. I think
Yeah.
Betty White, too, both of them.
Do you know how old the oldest person who ever lived was? Methuselah from the Bible.
How long?
I looked it up today when we were talking about Chick Hearn on the pregame about his 107th birthday. Methuselah lived until 969 years old.
I don't want to live that long.
Ireland, if you live to 900 years old, just think of how cool the iPhone 900 will be. Imagine the things they'll be able to do with it.
Okay, can it putt for me?
That's right, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Able to maybe
man.
steer the ball into the golf hole for you.
Just that kind of night. Methuselah, 107, living till you're old. Michael Thompson, the Mind of Michael. That's the only one we got tonight on the Lakers.
What do you
postgame
want to
show.
do, Beto? Do you want to live until
Dude,
107?
I kid you not, Funch. I'm 45 now, and training for this stupid marathon I signed up for, the body is so sore. I'm okay with, like, I don't want to be old. I don't want to be.
You got kids. You want to see your grandkids on all that stuff.
Forget them, bro. I don't want to be where I can't do things for myself.
So you want to check out before then?
Yeah, but I want to leave when I'm strong. You know,
Yeah.
like still have muscles. Like I don't want to be like my parents are 81. My dad is fresh. My
Yeah.
mom, she's older. She raised 7 kids, bro. You know, she beat us all up. So she's tired. So I go to the hospital a lot for like appointments and, you know, the ultimate Mexican translating for the parents at hospital appointments all the time. And you see old people and you're just like, damn, do I really want a stretcher? I mean, not stretcher, a walker. Do I really want to just like have to take 25 different pills? I don't want to do that.
Yeah. That stuff too.
Yeah, so I'm okay, you know, but I'm strong, bro, because I'll be squatting, so I'm gonna be good. So if I would say like in the 80s, but as long as I got muscles, I'm good. But I don't want to be like, if I can't work out, then I don't want to live. As like I can't, you know, shuffle or it's just sad. So yeah, I'll be good. You know, put me in a tank top, bro. What about you, Funch?
Oh man, I always want to say I want to, you know, stay up to 100 or whatever, but I don't know, man. Like, just like you said, I don't know if I'm going to have everything working at that time, and I think I might want to check out before everything stops working.
Dude, I've been trying to check out of this career for the last 20 years. I say, man, this is gonna be my last one.
I think you'll be working till you're dead, man.
I will definitely be working until I die. I know that. I don't know in what, but I'll definitely be working in something where, like, after I'm done with this broadcasting career, then I already said I'm gonna go be a golf influencer, work at like cocktails. I'm gonna go do some of that, man. find me in Puerto Vallarta.
DeAndre and Josh will be hiring us for jobs back there and everything.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm going to be one of those. I'm going to disappear, and you're just going to see me with long hair.
Get out of
You're
here,
gonna be like, you're going to be like in Paris one day. You're like, is that used to be Beto Duran? That's it, man. And I'm not even going to ask the young guys because they don't even know. They're in their early 20s, man. I can't talk about old people with them. Let me tell you the story, though. The boxing, though. You like this Funch because we're in Philadelphia. So when you go to Philadelphia, the big thing is, Rocky, right? So the Rocky steps, you got to run it. So you got to always go up to the Rocky steps in Philadelphia. But the Rocky statue, as I said last week, is off to the side. It's actually the library, the Philadelphia Library. So you're running up the stairs, and they're not that big, but everybody does it. It's cool. It's a good experience to do it. But the fight that I called was at a place called the 2300. It's a 2300 arena, right? Sounds good.
Yeah.
It's by the freeway. I did a couple fights there. As they told us, they pulled us up there, and they let us out the shuttle, and they said, hey, go straight into the door. When the fight's over, the van's going to be right here. Do not go anywhere else. Do not go through another exit. Do not go a different way. The van will be here, and we will only come get you if you come through that door.
Oh, you're like in a fight club? Something?
Dude,
like a
we
kumite?
walk hey, Funch, walk into the building. I'll do the Golden Boy show. You walk into the building, and it wasn't a layer of smoke because there's no smoke allowed inside anymore, but it was such an old venue that you could feel the smoke. You know what I'm talking about? You know exactly what I'm talking about? It's like, all right, and the fights were cool. A couple thousand people go back and forth. And they always say there was that place, and there was another one called the Blue Horizon in Philadelphia. And that's like where both those venues were like, all those Philly fighters are young and tough, and like just like they showed in Rocky, those kind of things like that, where they're throwing you there, and Spider Ricos and all that other stuff. That's exactly the kind of vibe it was. It was fun to do, man. It was fun to do. I gotta get you to a fight, Funch. I gotta get you to a fight.
Yes, definitely, man.
And there will be programming note this week. I'm gone. Andy Kamenetsky will be filling in on Wednesday and Thursday. I head to Houston. Ryan Garcia is fighting a young man from Mexico called Oscar Duarte. So those fights will be on the zone. So Thursday, I'm hosting the press conference. Friday, the weigh-ins, and then I'll be out there doing my gig for Golden Boy. Shane Mosley Jr. will be on the undercard. So check him out. And then opening up will be a guy named Darius Fulgham. He's pretty good.
Shane Mosley Jr. Wow,
Shane Mosley
old.
Jr., Pomona's
We're
finest,
old.
right? He lives in Vegas now. And then there's a kid out there called Floyd Schofield. Funch, I'm going to send you his Instagram. You're going to be like, okay, this kid's legit. He's 21 years old. So Floyd's on there. Then the main event, Ryan Garcia against Oscar Duarte. So it should be a good fight. All right. You guys going to miss me? DeAndre, you going to miss me?
Oh, yeah, of course, man. Hey, speaking of, I want to go to a boxing fight too, man. You're offering Funchies. I want to be able to go to a boxing fight.
I went one time with Beto. That was such a
we
great
did
experience.
a Miller Lite Minute. Go and check it on the ESPN LA social media. And I was the ring reporter that night. And Josh was following me around, seeing the blood land on my shirt, man.
Got to meet Oscar De La Hoya, Bernard Hopkins.
Yeah,
it was a lot of
B-Hop
fun.
was there. Speaking of Fernando.
Speaking of Philly, I was actually in Philly last week, passing by on my way up to New York. I don't know. Have you ever tried any of those Philly cheesesteaks out there, Beto? I honestly was a little disappointed. I don't know if it was just the place that I went to.
Did you try both of them, like Pat and Gino's, Josh?
Yes, I went to both. Gino's was a little bit better. Maybe it was just the thing that I ordered, but
all right, like I said last
a little
week,
underwhelmed.
and yes, you are listening to the Lakers postgame show on 710 ESPN. The Lakers lose by 44. We're wrapping up the show right now. It's our social media segment, and because it's Philadelphia, we're talking about the cheesesteaks. All right, let me ask you this, Josh. You're a young man. In your early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go during the day or evening?
I went in the evening. It was probably around 7-ish.
Okay, so dinner time. There's always a crowd.
Yeah.
Gino's and Pat's are the staples in Philly. I went a couple months ago. I was in Philly, and I went and had it during lunchtime. Like I said last week on the show, it's like you're going to King Taco, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's probably better spots somewhere.
Yeah.
But that's the tourist spot. That's where you go. You go across the street to one. You go to the other. You got to go if you're in Philly. They said that Jim's was there, but Jim's burned down. So, I mean, you got to try it, and you're like, oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, I was only there for a couple hours. I even did the Rocky steps right now.
You got to do the Rocky steps.
I did do the Rocky steps.
Did you find the statue?
I did. It was off to the right.
All right. Here it is. So yeah, it's they serve it at the stadium and stuff like that. So it's cool. You just do it. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's a Philly thing, right?
Yeah, with the whiz.
Speaking about tonight's game,
Why?
obviously.
Why?
Look, I was gonna bring it up. I was gonna bring it up when you brought up Pat Beverly, obviously with the Austin Reeves little scuffle that happened in the corner when Austin Reeves was getting double teamed. But Patrick Beverly obviously seems to not let him being traded by the Lakers go, because right after the game I put in the Lakers community, by the way, on our ESPN Los Angeles Lakers community on Twitter. But he went right after the game, literally right after, literally.
That's when he's in the locker room?
In the locker room. And he tweeted out, he hit me with that, the too little last year. It was noted. And he put it at his Pat Bev podcast. So it seems like Patrick Beverly took it personally with Austin Reeves.
Now, you know me. I love petty. I'm all about petty. I'm all about trash talk when it doesn't get personal, right? And you heard Austin Reeves say, hey, he's a good player. I hit him with him last year. Okay, if you're going to talk to chalk, you're going to get it served sometime. You got to wear it. And that Austin Reeves wore it today. So I love that they're going back and forth. How many times has Michael said, good, I'm glad they hit each other. All that buddy stuff's got to stop, right?
Bunch of times.
Exactly. I'm all for it. I'm all for petty. That's me all day.
But it's like energy and effort at the same time. It's like, that Patrick Beverly's going to come in there, and he's going to come in there and, obviously has something to prove. So I just thought that was really interesting.
Which is interesting. What team was Pat Beverly on last year?
He was on the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah. So he's still mad about the Lakers, huh? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay. Pat Beverly tonight, though, give him credit. Had 12 points, all of them via the three-point line.
And then going into Lakers game on Wednesday, obviously Lakers gave 138 points today. So they're gonna have a little bit of issues going into Detroit, because the Pistons, for their team, for the fans to get a little prize, the Pistons, all they have to do is score 100 points total as a team, and the fans get a free item for Uber Eats.
What? One free item?
One free item. You get a free item with your next order through Uber Eats.
There's got to be a limit, right?
Yeah, I can't.
I don't. I saw it on Twitter through a guy named Harrison. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right. Is it Fagan?
Oh, Harrison Fagan. Yeah.
Shout out to him. Shout out to him. Yeah, he tweeted it out right after the game. I don't know, before, a couple minutes before the game was about to end, and he said, "Wait, the Pistons just have to score 100 points, which isn't even that great of a night in today's NBA for you to get their free food promotion." So. Obviously Lakers gave a whole bunch of points tonight. Pistons got something,
All right, so you get one free thing on Uber Eats.
One free thing on Uber Eats.
Let's just assume there's a $25 limit, right?
It's pretty good limit.
Okay, let's just assume that, right? What are you ordering? Start with you, Josh.
Panda Express.
Panda Express.
Orange chicken with chow mein.
DeAndre?
I don't know. Probably like Chipotle or something.
Chipotle.
Can't go wrong.
Funch?
I'm going with McDonald's, man. I mean, that's usually what I order from Uber Eats or whatever. If I do, yeah.
$25 at McDonald's, Funch, you a fool,
Hell
man.
Yeah, man. Some nuggets and some Big Macs.
Well, you know me. Red wine. That's all I need, man. I'll drink my calories. Pistons today lose 126-107. Last Friday, they lost 136-113. The game before that, they lost 107-103. They've been scoring 100 points. Interesting. All right, that's going to be interesting to see on, was it Wednesday? Okay, all right, okay, cool. All right, DeAndre, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Good information there. We all going to go Uber Eats. Thanks to everybody helping out tonight. Rebecca Womble, Josh Martinez, DeAndre Hopkins. Right?
Hawkins.
DeAndre
Hawkins.
That's a wide receiver.
No, it's Bernard Hopkins, who I was texting with
DeAndre
today.
Hopkins, too.
Because Bernard Hopkins, I got to work with this week. So, Hopkins, my bad. DeAndre Hawkins, and they do a great job running the ESPN LA social media. Michael Hawkins, too. He worked with us tonight. Michael Romo, Michael everything. He had 8 different last names today.
Thank you very much.
Because Funches was doing everybody's job today. He does a great job. All right. Hopefully the therapy session worked. And as our friend Jalen, the longtime Laker fan who called in tonight, she summed up the show perfectly. Not the show, the game. Embarrassing, pathetic, and shameful. Lakers, as Scott Kaplan would say, do better. Let's see if they can do better on Wednesday. Wednesday, it gets going with Alan Sliwa, 2:30. Michael and John are taking over at 4. And then postgame with Andy Kamenetsky. I'm Beto Duran. I'll talk to you next week. Hopefully the Lakers get a couple wins this week because we need that, especially a team that's struggling right now after that 138-94 loss. For everybody working behind the scenes here at ESPN LA, thanks for listening to Lakers Postgame Show on 710 ESPN.